Hi there, this is Jason here from the Nathaniel School of Music, and I'm here to do a tutorial uh, mainly for those of you who have found it difficult to work with time signatures either in your DAW or while you're writing a song. Maybe you're not able to figure out what it is, maybe you don't know how to set it in your software or whatever. Maybe you're finding it difficult to communicate with your bandmate and so on. So I'm just going to start this tutorial by giving you a short overview of what a time signature is and then how it relates to tempo. So, as you know, Pro Tools will load up at as a default tempo value of 120 beats per minute, and it also loads up with a default meter 4 by 4. Both of these parameters can obviously be changed, and it can not only be changed for the whole session, it can be changed at any given point in the session. So, for example, if I want to speed my song up probably from the fifth bar, I just have to go in here and enforce a tempo change. Probably say 150, and you'll hear the difference. This is at 120 beats per minute, and this is a bit faster at 150. So as you can see, it's very possible to change the tempo. You can even draw in a tempo curve, which you see by dropping down this triangle here. I'll probably try and explain that in a future video. And just like tempo, which is nothing but the speed of your song, which is measured in beats per minute. So right now it's 150 beats per minute. Just like you can change tempo over time, you can also change meter. So first let's understand what meter is. It's also called time signature. So the meter will be found here under the meter ruler. If you don't see it in Pro Tools, it could be hidden here, for example. All you have to do is go to this drop down list and choose to open up and highlight and view all the rulers which are applicable to your session. So if your tempo is a varying quantity, if it's changing over time, you definitely want to see the tempo. The same with meter. If you want to remove anything, you just hold down the option key and it goes away. Yeah, you get the idea. So first of all, what is a time signature and what is a meter? So whenever you look at a time signature, it comes with these two numbers. Uh, you'll have a top number and you'll have a bottom number. You could look at it as a numerator and the denominator. So in this meter, it's called 4 over 4 or 4 by 4 as people call it. The top number indicates the number of beats in a musical bar. A bar is also called a measure, and it's also called as, it could also be referred to as a cycle. So you could have an entire pattern which repeats 4 at a time. The bottom number indicates which note is getting the beat. So as you know, in music there are various kinds of notes. There are whole notes which uh, which have an oval, which you don't see here in Pro Tools, but you have to assume that this is a whole note. This is a half note, it's a quarter note, 1/8 note, 1/16. So in a lot of textbooks, you may find that a whole note has 4 counts, a half note has 2 counts, a quarter note has 1 count, and so on and so forth. That may not be entirely true if you vary the bottom number. For example, if you change your meter now to 4 by 4 over 2, it'll be four half notes every bar. Uh, if you change your meter to 3 over 2, 3 by 2, it'll be three half notes every bar. So the the half note now has one beat. Uh, in the 3 by 4, the quarter note uh, has one beat in the song. So according to me, it this whole thing was always a bit confusing. But if you look at the the differences between these two numbers, the top and the bottom, the top number really defines your song. It defines the music. It defines how you've composed it. The bottom number, in my opinion, just defines how you write it on musical notation or on a sheet of paper. So the bottom number could be 8, it could be 16, and just keep in mind the numerator can be any number from 1 to whatever. Uh, it just has to be an integer, a positive integer. The bottom number has to be a power of 2. So it could be powers of 2 ranging from 0 onwards. For example, if the denominator is 2 to the power 0, it would be 1, and 1 would mean whole notes, which is this symbol right here. A whole note is defined by 3 by 1, half note 3 by 2, quarter note 3 by 4. I mean, you get the idea. This is the general overview of a meter, and what will happen when you set a meter in Pro Tools. For example, I'm just going to go ahead now and set a 3 by 4 meter. Sorry. And if I play back my song with my metronome on, right now my click is on. If I play it back, you're going to hear one accented beat. The first beat of that cycle would have a different sound, or it would be played louder, and you'll hear it as I play it. It's 1 2 3, 1 2 3. So whenever you're setting up tempo, whenever you're setting up a click in Pro Tools, the first beat will always be the accented beat, and the first beat will always sound louder, or it'll sound different from the rest of the beats, which are said to be the unaccented beats. And that's pretty much all you can do in Pro Tools. If I go to my metronome plugin, I have the option of increasing the volume of the accented beat, decreasing the volume or increasing it with the unaccented, changing maybe the sound of the click. But that's pretty much it. You're left with beat 1 to be accented, and then all the other beats will sound different than the accented beat. So what the main purpose of the video is to try and try and show you how you can also get over this situation in Pro Tools. What if you wanted beat 3 to be accented, or beat 4, or beat 4.5, and things like that. So that's a brief overview of time signature.